Hey everybody, welcome back to Hollow Knight. We're all the way back in the Kingdom's Edge because last episode, despite our terrible jokes and, you know, general off-topic discussion, we got a thing called the Love Key.
Which sounded kind of lewd.
It really does, especially when we go here.
Oh.
I thought the exact same thing. Huh. Huh.
Wrong. I'm thinking the same too.
I wonder what that's all about.
Obviously nothing.
Not foreboding at all. But yeah, by going through here, we unlock this from the bottom of City of Tears. So now we could access this area super easy.
I do remember that. I thought it was like a psychopath's room.
Yeah, kinda.
But those are obviously love pillows.
That sound design, man, that's really good. Because I still remember when I first played this game, I got here and I was like,
Stick your love key in and give it a turn.
I don't think you want to do that.
The glass is like, I'm a glass fucker.
I would enjoy it if there was actually Psychic Knife for glass.
Worth it!
She didn't stop.
I had snooze snoo.
just a bug with a broken pelvis.
His hands behind his head.
But yeah, this is a level, but not really, because this is just an area for an optional boss fight. A really weird boss fight.
Well, alright.
A really fucking weird boss fight, man. I really wanted to Psychic Knife this guy and figure out what's in his brain, but you really can't do so because he's kinda nuts.
This is the music.
Yeah, like, this fight alone is the biggest tonal shift in the game. Because you go from, like, foreboding situations, a solemn town that's destroyed, then you go to fucking Chuckles McGee here.
Chuckles McGee.
Also, a weird thing about this guy, he technically doesn't have a physical body, if you notice.
He's just a shadow thing.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with him, because they really don't go into detail much about this character, but it does leave some questions to be answered. Namely, what the fuck?
Well, it's the same shadow shit that comes out of you, so probably like a cousin?
Yeah, that's like the big question. In fact, I'm suffice to say that is the only question. Like, if this is the weird uncle of Hollow Knight, I'm scared. Unfortunately, we can't go anywhere until we, kinda turbo kill this guy.
My love protected at last.
Yeah.
Maybe you are the love here.
Interesting note, if you die to this boss, he collects your soul. He puts your soul in a glass jar.
It's because he loves you. You're the love mentioned.
You are actually wrong.
What?
His love were these little dudes.
I mean, I kind of love them too. They're real cute.
So yeah, the question is finally answered. This is the thing that's been collecting all of the grubflies.
This would be the time to put a mimic in.
Yeah. And also by beating him, we get a map extension.
Nice.
Now we don't have to do any guesswork. But you know what? It's as they say, when you close a door, a window opens. So, what the fuck was the collector protecting these grubflies from? You tell me it's to
You?
No, because you're saving them. They enjoy your company. When you release them, they are glad, and then they They thank you and then you leave, but still. Who would kill these little bastards? I know it's not us, because we can't stab them.
It's probably trying to save it from the infection, I would imagine.
You know, that would actually make sense.
Because because you can tell the collector is not infected.
Yeah, and he has a bunch of
Crazy.
He has a bunch of infected people, and he's not infected himself. He's just kind of not right in the head.
Yeah.
I also have no idea where I am, so I'm trying to remember where to go next, because I want to go to the Coliseum next. Because I'm going to show off the Coliseum. Now, here's the thing about the Coliseum. We're going to see one character, another one I fucked up the story, unfortunately, but hey, look who's here.
How do you end up in a cage? Yes.
I love Zote so much. He's such a stupid asshole. So, a thing about the Coliseum, there are 3 fights specifically. All of them give you some modicum of reward. This one gives you a charm notch, the next one gives you upgrade material for your sword. The final one is considered 1% for completion. And aside from that, there's really no variety in them. The only big quote-unquote payoff is in the first fight, in my opinion. The other 2 are much longer, different variations of monsters and setups, but really no real difference. It's just an endurance trial. So for the LP, we're probably only going to commentate on this one specifically, and I will put the other 2 fights up as bonus videos, probably without commentary. Because there's really nothing interesting to them compared to the first one.
Did Zote mention something about keeping a promise to someone?
Yeah. That's weird, isn't it?
To himself, I guess.
Who knows, maybe he
I had to
has
keep a
some...
promise to myself to be awesome. Which I am.
Who knows, maybe he has that one long-lost love that he has to keep a promise to be mighty or something.
That mighty childhood friend.
Also, that room there is just where your soul goes when you die in the Coliseum.
I made a promise that we would go to mighty Tokyo U together.
Man, Zote the Mighty in a school uniform. That's some fan art.
Love Zote.
It's funny we bring that up because there's this game that I'm not ashamed to say I'm following just because out of sheer curiosity. Apparently, a game like 5 years in development called Yandere School has been released, and it looks like shit. Holy crap.
I know a couple people that have voiced in that. It doesn't look great, but you know.
Yeah, I was interested in the concept, but man, the execution was garbage. But hey, the Coliseum Fools. There's a plethora of enemies here that you will not see anywhere else in the game. But you also see some enemies make a return in the Coliseum. It's just a big ol' slugfest.
I like how the person sitting in the throne is very dead.
He is the first fool, and the greatest fool.
I mean, I guess he is. He's dead.
Yep. People go to the Coliseum to honor the fool. On the note of strategy, though, I like to mix up my area for the Coliseum. The big thing about the Coliseum of Fools is that it's an endurance trial. The fights range from roughly 15 minutes to what this is, which is what this is in general, to and I'm not even joking when I say this, somewhere near around an hour-long final fight.
Wow.
So when you go to the Coliseum, you want to fight for endurance. Things like the reactive charm that emits damage on damage, things that make you heal faster or give you effects for healing, you kind of want here because you're going to make mistakes, you're going to take damage, you're going to want to heal. One thing I wanted to use here that I didn't have is that there's a combo for that gives you fast healing and fast moving while healing, and that is very nice for the Coliseum on the final stage. I do like the Coliseum though, even though it's an endurance trial and I typically don't like them, mainly because they've mixed things up. Like, they take a lot of very benign looking enemies or old enemies and then put a spin on things. And the arena is always changing, so you're never just in a box. Sometimes you're in a box with spikes, sometimes you're platforming, sometimes you're doing Mega Man 1 Sigma Stage 2. It's very dynamic, and that's kind of why I enjoy this Coliseum a lot. But man, they could have toned down the time.
Obviously, these bugs that are the gladiators are also infected. Does that mean the audience is infected too?
Mm-hmm. It also brings up a very good point. There's an audience here. Where the fuck is the rest of civilization? Did they just kind of huddle in here and just try to forget about things?
Maybe the ones that are in the Coliseum managed to avoid the infection blast.
Probably. Maybe they're just sitting here in the Winchester waiting for all of this to blow over. I love Shaun of the Dead. It's such a good movie.
Oh no.
This actually isn't bad. I like this fight specifically because if you get these stupid little shotgun flies in this area, you can hurt them with no consequence to you whatsoever.
Oh, well, if they're gonna kill themselves, well.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird, really weird phases as well. There's one in particular that I don't think is in this episode, but I believe in the second of 3 fights there's a very funny breather phase. It's amusing, but I don't think it's enough to merit a roughly 30-minute video just to show that off.
Even if you just skip to the, like, where the amusing part occurs.
I could probably do that. It would be funny to show that off, at least so you could experience it. Also, I should have mentioned it before. A neat thing about these boomerang throwers, you can hit their boomerangs back at them, and they do a lot more damage than your sword.
What's that starfish thing you're doing?
Oh, that's the reactive thing. If I take damage, I react with damage. That's the thorns thing that we got in episode 4, I want to say?
I guess this is really the first time I noticed you using it.
Yeah, because, as I mentioned before, you're going to be taking damage and you're going to be healing in this area. So it would be best to take badges in here that, you know, do stuff when you take damage or heal. And it's actually not bad. The damage perk is actually quite powerful. It's just that I don't use it as much because I never want to actively take damage in this game. But when you're
you don't usually stick that close to enemies anyway. You usually get hit when you're at a distance.
Yeah. And also the knockback makes the thorn badge a hard sell because you often get knocked out of enemy ranges. Now it's things like these that also make me smile. It's just like, we're in a Coliseum and these little roly ballers. We're gonna put you in a situation where they're actually a threat now. Except not really. Because they're kind of stupid.
Just play some pinball with them.
Pretty much. Also, I don't think we saw these, but these appear in the infected crossroads.
And they're bombs. Okay.
Yep. Because they're
you
turbo
mentioned
infected.
all infected ones are bombs.
Yep. I just really like this. You could tell that they weren't trying to make it an active challenge alongside the endurance trial, but they were just like, well, these enemies are kind of stupid. Let's put them in a situation that favors them. Also, remember these assholes?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get 100% Hunter's Journal, you have to do the Colosseums because a lot of the bosses return here, and this is how you get the final kills for them. Damn it.
And how early can you access these Colosseums? Because some of these enemies obviously are ones you've seen way earlier in the game.
When we first got to Kingdom's Edge, that's as early as you could get. So the moment you get to City of Tears, if you go to the bottom part of it, go to the sewers, go out into King. Oh, here's the fun part.
Oh shit! Zote.
So, Zote the Mighty is very interesting.
Oh god.
I never knew this until I did this LP. He cannot harm you. So this is just amusing to me.
Life ender, bitch.
He is so pathetic that he can't damage you with a wooden sword. So I just decided to have a little fun.
Volleyball!
I also think they'll appreciate this kill.
Damn, that was some Street Fighter shit. No, that was more Tekken because you were juggling.
Yeah. So this was our prize. We got to fight Zote the Mighty.
Lest I humiliate you further.
I gotta let you know right now, he's not joking.
I mean, it was humiliating to
have to win.
To act like there's a fight there. I like that. Congratulations?
Ah, you heard that, didn't you? The mute button on my mic sucks.
No, I'll sing congratulations to defeating Zote the Mighty, but if you did something also funny, then...
Oh no, I just got interrupted because LP curse.
Oh.
I still appreciate this character.
Oh, so each level you're unlocking here. So I imagine the last level is just like a slog.
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's an hour long. It is just slow as molasses.
I like how even getting into the Coliseum is likely to get you blown up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, after fighting Zote, how do you feel? Do you feel your life has ended?
Yeah, kinda. I just feel like, you know, after fighting the great Zote the Mighty, there's just nothing else to live for.
It's almost like you feel hollow.
Cash in the LP, folks, we're done here.
Yeah, that was the whole setup.
Ugh. Fuck, I feel bad about that.
You feel bad about all of it. You knew what you were coming in for.
So, after doing the Coliseum, I'm taking a little side path because I want to cash in some of the stuff for my Dream Blade. We have gotten, like, what, 800 Soul Blade energy for it?
Sure.
That's nowhere near the, what was it, 2400 that we need to, you know, 100% the game? But, you know, we do get some stuff by talking to Grandma Moth.
Grandmama.
Actually, wait. Oh no, that's right. I'm taking the long way to, I'm taking this long way because I wanted to show, yeah, there's a tram here too. And I think I wanted to stop by the badge place, I think.
Somewhere a stag beetle's very disappointed in you.
Look, buddy, it's required for the game. I have to take these once or twice.
Usual excuse, I'm going back to West Philadelphia.
Okay, imagine the stag in the same clothes as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my god, there's gonna be so much new fan art. It's going to be rad. So, viewers, I am actually quite befuddled as to what... Yeah, I'm getting trinkets.
Alright.
Like, it's weird because I keep forgetting what I'm doing. That's mainly due to the consequence of just how much my life has changed and the fact that I recorded 6 episodes in advance, so that's a month and a half of just not remembering what the episode is. Ow.
You remember certain parts, but then there's always that part like you're looking at like, next time I'm... Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't remember. Oh, I wanted to... Why the hell am I taking this path? There's an easier stag to go...
What are you doing? There was an easier stag to take. Ah, whatever.
Let's go, stupid. So, you know how Zote said that he would humiliate you further?
Yes, or at least attempt to, I suppose.
We are at the end of Zote's story. Zote's story culminates in probably the weirdest way possible.
Oh.
The hell are you doing here? Yes, Lifeender has indeed claimed another victim, my pride.
You know, this is what happens when you don't appreciate your fans.
So, you notice how he said 57 precepts?
Yes.
He's not lying. Developers of the game wrote 57 precepts for Zote because his story ends with him stealing your quote-unquote girlfriend?
Damn it, Iceman!
So here's how Zote's story could work. What I did is his best end, which is him stealing your crazy, weird girlfriend that is obsessed with you. And yeah, you were right. His promise was to himself in that he wanted to be cool, and he's finally cool to someone. That was the final end of his storyline. And the final end of Bretta's storyline is that she's super petty and just wanted someone to idolize. And now she's found someone and has ditched all of your memorabilia. She's the worst person ever.
So basically, the reason why he was fighting and looking cool is to try to impress a girl?
No, to impress himself. Everything he does, everything Zote does is all for himself. He is that deluded. There's no moral, there's no deep meaning. Zote only did everything for himself.
But in that, is there deep meaning? I mean, when there's a lack of deep meaning, isn't there deep meaning?
No, not really. But
No,
I actually
no.
kind of appreciate that because, man, I hate it when stories try to be deep like that. I hate it so much, so I'm just glad that Zote isn't, you know, deep or brooding or just a sullen soul or anything. He's just an asshole, and I like that.
And I guess assholes attracted each other.
Yes. But yeah,
Puckered asshole kiss.
as I was trying to say before, the developers of this game wrote 57 precepts, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them are actually kind of good nuggets of wisdom. And, if I could figure out some way to organize it, I would like to try and voice act all 57 precepts. I have some ideas.
Does everyone have to sound a bit like Zote? Just,
No, but if you want to do that, I wouldn't mind. I plan to do so. Zote precept number 57. Don't trust your mother. She just wants to keep you held back.
Is that one of them?
Yes.
That's great.
But yeah, that was the end of Zote the Mighty. Probably one of the best storylines in this game. Next time on Hollow Knight, we're gonna go to Stagnest, mainly because we were just told about it, so I figure I might as well show off that last area that we haven't been to. Then I think I actually have to progress the plot for once in my miserable life.
Number 37. Trust your father. But if your father trusts your mother, then don't trust your father.
You actually quoted Zote precept number 22.
Oh, shit.
Good night, folks.
Yeah.